Hello guys, Kai here and welcome to the 15th episode of Logo Ratings. For this episode we're gonna be rating your requested logos. Before I start, I just want to say that this is my opinion on these logos, and if you want to put your opinions in the comments feel free, but if you bash someone's opinion your comment will be deleted and you will be blocked. Now that we got that out of the way, let's begin. Make sure you check out the channels of the people who requested for this episode by checking the description. First, I'm going to rate the Caution Screaming logo 1985. That was requested by @AtaliaLMG8Z. We're gonna rate this logo based on design, animations, sound, music, and nostalgia. Here's the logo. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's move on to the ratings. For design, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's not much but is straightforward. A little awkward, but gets to the point. For animation, it is a 7 out of 10. Straightforward with the zooming but kinda jarring with the sudden appearance of the Caution logo. For sound and music, I give this a 3 out of 10. The loud and obnoxious yelling and shotgun sound effect is kinda off-putting. For nostalgia, I don't have a rating. This ain't the type of logos that has a good type of nostalgia but more like something that sticks with you in a weird, uncomfortable way, and for the overall rating, I give this a 5 out of 10. Strange logo and is memorable because of it. Alright, next. I'm going to rate the 1993 Tristar Pictures logo. That was requested by @Voltage Valley Hornet 2007. The same rating criteria as the last logo, so here's the 1993 Tristar logo. Beautiful logo. For design, I give this a 9 out of 10. The Pegasus is an iconic and memorable symbol for the company itself. For animation, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. The Flying Pegasus animation is smooth and majestic. For sound, music, I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. The fanfare sets the tone and reminds me of a cinematic feeling. For nostalgia, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. This logo brings back the 90s movie feeling. And for the overall rating, it's an 8.5 out of 10. Solid classic logo. Alright, now I'm going to rate the @Voltage Valley Hornet 2007 logo. That was requested by @Voltage Valley Hornet 2007. For this logo, I'm gonna rate this on design and nostalgia. For design, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Cool logo for a sports team logo. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Simple cool logo. Alright, now I'm going to rate the 2011 Babyfirst logo. That was requested by @Babyfirst Disney Channel fan. For design, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. It's clean and colorful, super friendly, and perfect for the target audience. Nothing too complex. For nostalgia, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. If you watched Babyfirst as a kid or with siblings, it brings back some soft memories. Alright, now I'm going to rate the 2010 Rai logo. That was requested by @Mario Ryoyo. For design, I give this a 7 out of 10. Nothing special with this logo. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. It doesn't really give me any nostalgia since I never watched this company. For the overall rating, it's a 7 out of 10. Cool simple logo, a little bland but straightforward. Alright, now I'm going to do the Verizon 2024 logo. That was requested by @Sharpond and +eyes bad users know. For design, I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. It is a mini upgrade from the previous logo with the colors. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. This logo is new so not much nostalgia but will never beat the previous logo's nostalgia factors. And for the overall rating, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Simple clean logo. Alright, now I'm going to rate the Disney Junior 2024 logo. That was requested by @Sharpond and Plus Eyes Bad Users Note. For design, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Sparkly and has more color but won't beat the previous logos. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 6 out of 10. As I stated, the previous logo stands out more as I associate it with classic Disney shows. Alright, now I'm going to rate the TV Tapajós 2009 logo. That was requested by @Souza698. For design, I give this a 6 out of 10. The logo is simple and straightforward and it fits the TV station vibe. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. This logo reminds me of watching any other TV station. And for the overall rating, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Basic but memorable logo. Alright, now I'm going to rate the 2008 New Orleans Hornets and the 1987 Miramax logo. That was requested by @InvincibleHornet07. First, I'm going to rate the 2008 New Orleans Hornets logo. For design, I give this a 9 out of 10. Colorful and has personality with the Hornet dribbling a ball. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Unexplainable. And for the overall rating is a 9 out of 10. Solid and energetic logo. Now I'm going to rate the 1987 Miramax logo. For design, I give this a 6 out of 10. Nothing much but just the word Miramax Films. For nostalgia, I give this a 6 out of 10. This logo doesn't remind me of much. And for the overall rating is a 6 out of 10. Not most but not the worst. Alright, now I'm going to rate the 2002 Pittsburgh Steelers logo and the 1993 Florida Panthers logo. That was requested by @StimpMunch. First, I'm going to rate the 2002 Pittsburgh Steelers logo. For design, I give this a 9 out of 10. Simple, clean by the iconic 3 hypocycloids. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10. Logo is seen everywhere and is instantly recognized. And the overall rating is a 8.5 out of 10. Alright, now I am gonna rate the 1993 Florida Panthers logo. For design, I give this a 10 out of 10. I like how the logo jumps out literally. And the colors it uses, which is another reminder of sports logos. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 8 out of 10. And the overall rating is a 8.5 out of 10. Pretty cool logo that stands out. Alright, now I'm going to rate the 1998 LA Kings and 1985 Taco Bell. That was requested by @Gulf of Mexico 123MAD. First, I'm going to rate the 1998 LA Kings. For design, I give this a 7 out of 10. Solid and simple, I like the effect on the word king. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10. Brings back memories of the video games. And for the overall rating is a 7.5 out of 10. Cool and clean logo. Alright, now I'm going to rate the 1985 Taco Bell logo. For design, I'll give this a 8 out of 10. Reminds me of its intent, a traditional bell. For nostalgia, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. And for the overall rating, I'll give this a 8 out of 10. Simple cool logo. Alright guys, this is it for today. Thank you all for 15 episodes of rating you all's requested logos and you all sharing your opinions on these logos. I enjoyed making this series and I hope you all enjoyed watching them. I will personally miss this series as I could give my true opinion on these. But until next time, bye.